Colton Tobias for tonight's starting lineup. Talk about how this race is going to look. It will be ran in 3 segments. The first segment, 40 laps. The second segment, 50 laps. And the third and final segment will be 60 laps for a total of 150. Ripping around this half-mile racetrack. Now, there will be a chance for these teams to work on these cars between the segments. There will be a 5-minute break between segment 1 and segment 2, and another 5-minute break between segment 2 and segment 3. The cars are permitted 6 tires for this event, so you put all 4 on for qualifying earlier yesterday before the rain. You've got 2 more that you can put on during those pit stops. So you can be strategic. Put them on after the first segment. Put them on after that second segment. They'll be able to read this track a little bit after they get out there after this first segment. But Preston, we had that rain. This is a green racetrack.
Yeah, this is going to be completely different from last night. Last night we had cooler temperatures, a much more rubbered-in racetrack. There's going to be a ton of grip.
Out our first caution flag.
It makes you wonder if there's like an overheating issue going on. You know, temperature's a lot hotter than last night. Could have a colder setup on the car, but it's a shame he had a great run off the get-go, trying to chase down the leader of the 17 machine of Jimmy Renfrew Jr.
Gabe Brown in that 47 car out of Conway, New Hampshire. He finished 4th in the Motor Mountain Masters a season ago, had a 5th place finish in 2021 in the other 2 races that he's ran here. Currently 2nd in the point standings in the American-Canadian Tour. 3 top 5s there in the act with no wins yet this season. Just finished 3rd last weekend at White Mountain Motorsports Park. Memorial Highway Chevrolet restart zone. The green flag's back out.
Even start with Barriotti. He actually gets a nudge ahead against the 17 machine as they go side by side in turns 1 and 2. You can see that outside lane rocketing off Barriotti again. Get to the lead fast. Barriotti trying to battle back on the outside as they go side by side in the 1 and 2.
It's got to be impressive for somebody like Barriotti, a local guy.
You know, a lot of these drivers had the car set up for a cool night. Now it setup's 180. You have a hot track. How are you going to handle this? The car is going to react completely different than how it did last night.
Just a car length separates them, and Shotko continues to lead the pack here with just a couple of laps left in this first stage.
Yeah, it's great for that $10,000 grand prize as they pull on the pit road here. Wonder what strategy is going to happen, what adjustments they're going to make as we see them hit pit road.
Yeah, we know that Colton Tobias is down there on pit road. He'll be able to check out some of these cars. We'll see what they do. Again, these cars were permitted 6 tires for the race this afternoon. Again, no positions will change. Looks like Garrett Hall is ready to go. Local driver Brian Shipp and Gary Wiltrout, both of those guys are ready. Renfrew Jr. in that 00 has pulled out, so here comes Shotko as well. All of them are getting ready to pull out of here. So it looks like pretty quick pit stops for some of these guys.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Segment number 2, 50 laps of the Motor Mountain Masters. Evan Shotko, your leader, will bring the field to the green.
Great start for McDonald. He got the outside lane rolling again. Looks like the outside line is the way to go on these race starts underneath him. But like I said before, you know, you're trying to get by these non-local guys, but they have a ton of knowledge from racing in different racetracks. It's going to be tough, but you can still do it.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the 7 of Corey Casagrande. He's not a local guy from up in Connecticut, but that 7 car, he's won here in a regular race. In 2021, that 7 car of Casagrande came down here in June to be prepared for the Masters, just to get a feel for it. It was a 75-lap special feature, and he ended up winning it and took the trophy home.
I know Casagrande's great friends with the Farrells. They're parked next to each other down the pit road. I haven't met Corey yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about the man. And I know he's a great racer, as he's shown here today. He's very strong. Yeah, it's a pride with that, because you know you have drivers that come all across the nation just to be set up by you. You know what I mean? If I was a person that knew how to be a crew chief, and I'm learning a lot. Like I said, I ran dirt
back because of that issue and that penalty for not being ready at the end of the stage break, at the end of when the horn sounded, and he has climbed his way back up to 7th, made easy pickings around that 19 car.
Here as we head to the restart zone, green flags back in the air as we go across the start-finish line.
Another good restart for the 17 of Eddie McDonald. He's looked really good of Barriotti. He gets right back to the bumper of Renfrew Jr. Those guys have been running nose to tail for 20, 30 laps at this point. that 27 and that 00.
But you know who benefited from all that is Davidson. He made his way all the way up to 4th after falling back on that.
Running 12th is the 13 of Brandon Marhefka. Behind him, the 7 of Corey Casagrande in 13th. In 14th is the 48 of Brian Ship. And running in 15th is the 47 of Mike Harmon. He is 4 laps down. Joe Pfeiffer, 7 laps down. And the other 47 car, Gabe Brown, who brought out our first caution just 12 laps into the track after 5 minutes.
One thing I noticed, Nate, is that the number 27 machine has a hole in the right front bumper of his car. Looks like he got some damage, maybe hitting the back bumper or hitting debris from that water bottle right front. You can see right there it's flapping in the wind because the fender is ripped.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Look at that. He's been battling with that 00 of Renfrew Jr. for several. This will be the stage break as the yellow comes out. You see the green and white checkered flag also waving. They will use this caution flag also as the stage break. An issue for the 92 of Jared Barkley. That is, again, a brand new race car. It's still his old engine, but it's a brand new chassis, brand new body that he just brought up here. We're going to step aside here as that is the end of stage number 2. Stage number 3 now going to be 61 laps. By the way, we're going to make that little bit of an adjustment, 61 laps for that final segment. We're going to step aside on FloRacing. When we come back, these cars will come down pit road and get to work. Back here at Jennerstown Speedway, the cars have pulled onto pit road, and they've got 5 minutes to make their adjustments. A lot of these cars have probably saved those 2 tires that they got. They got 6 tires for this race, so if they didn't put them on in that last segment break, they got a chance to put them on here. That hard left turn, and the green flag waves. We're back underway. Issue on the restart. The 75 of Audi gets bottled up behind the 27 of Hellawell. Things not going as planned on that restart. Shotko has taken that lead, and here comes Eddie McDonald on those fresh tires. Renfrew Jr. up to the bumper of Davidson. Saw Renfrew Jr. running with that 27 car for quite some time, and Preston Cope had pointed out some damage on the front end of that 27 before. Here's Garrett Hall, Chris Davidson, and Renfrew Jr. Those guys running in a pack together coming out of turn number 4. That's 3rd through 5th right there. Behind the 27 of Hellawell. Hellawell running 9th now. Audi, though, I think got the worst of it as he's now running in the 12th position. See the 13 of Marhefka going to the outside of the 27 of Hellawell. Marhefka, a 3rd-generation driver here at Jennerstown Speedway. His dad, Rob, very successful here. You guys work on that car constantly. 13 machine. Now creating some separation is Hellawell from that 13 car as he goes and sets his sights on the 7 of Corey Casagrande right in front of him. The lead is almost through 4. They touch. Hard hit in turn number 4. Brandon Marhefka. That right front completely ripped off, and flames come out from underneath the 13. A tire goes on the inside wall, and Marhefka's car has come to a halt on the front stretch. The red flag's going to come out. They're going to stop the cars on the track where they are. Jennerstown Volunteer Fire Department going to come down and address Marhefka, who slammed the outside wall. His car still with some flames coming out from underneath it. They were 3 wide going into turn number 4. Thank you to the Jennerstown Volunteer Fire Department for getting there quickly. They're going to put this fire out. And Marhefka, he's climbing out of the car. Look at him, folks. Make some noise for that young man. Here it is again. Here's the 7 of Casagrande. Gets underneath there, touches the 19, and the 19 wiggles up and slams into Brandon. Marhefka goes right into the outside retaining wall at the exit to turn 4. See the wheel just get peeled right off there. Mike Harmon, good job to get out of the way and back underway. Another great restart for the 17 of McDonald on that high side. He's behind them is the 27 of Hellawell. And then that's the 92 of Jared Barclay running in 7th. If that race ended right now, it would be 3 straight 7th place finishes for Jared Barclay in the Motor Mountain Masters. There is a bonus pay for the highest finishing local drivers. Barclay looking to cash in a little bit. 50 laps. He ran out at 49 laps in last time, and this one would be. Pace truck makes that hard left turn, and the green flag waves. McDonald, he's had some really good restarts on the high side, and he does it again. But here, see Barclay comes side by side with the 7 of Casa Grande. Flag, a special decal on it that says Motor Mountain Masters, and he's going to take a victory lap. Look at this 22 car go. He's got that checkered flag. Boy, what a year it has been for him. Ran great on Tuesday night at Berlin. Follows that up with a huge win here at Jennerstown Speedway. Had to wait for it. Had to wait out the thunderstorms last night. Wait out a red flag period here in this race, but Shotgo going to celebrate. We've got a great group of people that are working this show. Brandon Bennett, our producer. Eric Bennett over on the Turn 1 camera. Connor Howard up on the roof. Matt Palumbo also on the roof. Sydney Metz down there in the pitch. Jared Adams running the show. And, of course, Big John up here too, my man. Thank you, John, for all your help and doing this all year long. You guys have been great on these broadcasts. I think we know what happened to the 92. We saw Barclay come sliding through. Dominates this one. He wins all 3 stages. Takes that checkered flag. Evan Shotgo back-to-back Motor Mountain Masters champion. See the cars lined up there, and they're going to get ready to roll out onto the track. The One Stop Auto Sales Pro Stock still have one more race left for you here this afternoon. Thanks so much to coming out to Jennerstown Speedway after the rain last night. Got our Somerset Trust Fast and Furious 4-cylinder race in, but did not get our One Stop Auto Sales Pro Stocks in. So we're going to run it here tonight.